So let's talk about this matchup between the Orlando Magic and the Boston Celtics. The Celtics are heavy favorites in this series, and there's good reasons why. Now, Orlando did win the regular season series 2-1, but in the first game they played, Tatum did not play. The second game, Orlando missed some key guys. Third game, the Celtics sat all their starters because they had nothing to play for. Now, Orlando defensively is the second best in the NBA. So there's going to be times and stretches during these games where they will make Boston's offense uncomfortable. In order for Orlando to extend this series, they got to contain the ball. They got to force Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum into tough jump shots. And they got to make sure they don't get in rotation when Boston's moving that ball around. Another thing to watch, though, when it comes to the Celtics is Jason Tatum is going to attack a lot of matchups. He's going to go after Cole Anthony. He's going to go after Corey Joseph, KCP, the smaller guards of Orlando. He'll test Jonathan Isaac. He'll test Wendell Carter, especially Wendell Carter because I know he has that hip contusion. So we'll see how he's moving laterally. But he's definitely going to focus on the smaller guards. So what's going to happen is when Tatum is playing in the middle of the paint and he's operating from the that area in the mid-range, Orlando's going to probably double at times. And what's going to happen is going to leave those shooters open and they're going to get clean looks. So if they try to double him, you can do that. But if they don't, he can shoot over the top of them. Also, he can work on those pull-up threes. And the pick and roll actions for Tatum with Horford, Porzingis, and Cornette, Orlando's going to have a lot of problems there. Another thing to keep in mind is Jaylen Brown's postgame. If he attacks matchups on Cole Anthony and Corey Joseph and those smaller guards, and if he's having a field day in the post, drawing fouls, shooting over the top of them, or Orlando doubles him and he's passing on double teams and they're getting really good looks from three, it's going to be hard for Orlando to keep up. This reminds me of a lesser version of the Warriors and Rockets, where the Rockets have this amazing defense, and so does Orlando. I just think the offense for Orlando is going to have a tough time scoring because Drew Holiday is likely going to guard KCP so they can switch everything. Horford is really good at guarding in space, especially against those ball-dominant offensive players like Paolo and Franz. He'll be able to stay in front of them and make it tough on them. And also, Orlando's jump shooting is not that good now. I do want to recognize that Orlando in the last 15 games ranked 15th in three-point shooting. Now, the last game they played against Atlanta Hawks, on jump shots alone, they attempted 51 of them. They only made 15. In order for Orlando to be competitive and make this a long series, they've got to shoot well. And I don't see that happening because they have not showcased that enough this season. Now, looking at the open catch and shoot attempts between the Magic and the Celtics, Orlando generates 1.4 points per shot. Looking at the Boston Celtics on unguarded catch and shoot shots, they generate 26 more points per 100 shots. So what that means is they're going to get more attempts at the three ball. They're going to get open shots. They're going to be able to get the Magic, I believe, in rotation at times. And, obviously Orlando's been decimated with injuries. Jalen Suggs isn't playing. I think that's a huge loss for Orlando because he brings size. And I think for Orlando, there's not going to be keeping up the Celtics enough because the offense isn't up to par yet. I expect Orlando to be good eventually on the side of the ball. Defensively, they've already reached a level where they're really good on that side. But again, if you can't make jump shots, then Boston's just going to suffocate them on defense, where they can leave guys open and dare them to shoot. They're going to pack the paint at times. And if Orlando is missing wide open shots, again, those stats are based on catch and shoot three-pointers or jump shots wide open, then it's going to be a quick series for the Boston Celtics. The only way Orlando can really, again, make it interesting if they're attacking mismatches using their size. And Paolo and Franz are shooting out of this world, and the other guys are also just shooting a three-point percentage that you've never seen before. That's the only way I see Orlando making this interesting. Outside of that, the Celtics are probably going to cruise. I will give Orlando a game because I believe the three-point variance is going to play a factor where I think Boston will have a game where they don't shoot well, and maybe they're uninterested, or maybe Orlando plays so good defensively they just overwhelm them. So I do expect Orlando to get one game in the series. But overall, the Boston Celtics are going to win it in 5 games, maybe a sweep, because you look at the offense for Orlando and you compare that to a juggernaut in Boston. I didn't even talk about Kristaps Porzingis and the mismatches he's going to have. So if you get the Orlando Magic spread out where they have to leave the paint open, Boston's going to take advantage of that with post-ups with Drew Holiday. with Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum is going to be really good. So again, it's not a disrespect to say Orlando is just not that good because they're not on offense. I just think they're young and it's just a tough place to play in Boston and also deal with the NBA champions and they're, looking to go back to back. And the offense is just way better right now. It's just how it goes. So I got the Boston Celtics win this series in 5 games for those reasons. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts about how you see the series going. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.